Guys, so this is not a review. This is about my Threadwife readings project. This covers 6 books, all in the subject of Threadwives, and this was started by my drawing Yesteryear from the Pop Sugar Challenge. And the first book that I read was Stepford Wives, which you can hear about on my review, which I already covered, and then I read Yesteryear, which I also have a review of. My next one was, will be Threadwife by Saratoga Schaefer, and this is a bit of a different vibe. This is actually a horror novel. So this is called Rosemary's Baby for the Modern Age. And this is about Camille, who's trying to be a Threadwife influencer. She has the house, she has the husband, but she doesn't have the baby. And her husband isn't really performing. And on her house, which is a new house, they have a wishing well, and she uses it as a wishing well. And then this strange creature starts to appear for her. And yep, that's where Rosemary's Baby comes along. And that's where the horror starts. So that's the third book in the series. So the next book is The Threadwife by Carrie Hughes. And this one is a thriller. And it's actually about Melissa, who gets hired to this Threadwife's household as a content creator. And then she starts uncovering secrets. That's all the blurb says. The fifth book is Everyone is Lying to You by Joe Piazza. So this is actually about 2 friends, and one became a Threadwife influencer, and the other one is a journalist. And the Threadwife influencer calls up the journalist, and she is willing to give an interview. But there's some mystery. So the Threadwife's husband is dead on their ranch, and the Threadwife disappears. And from the blurb, I gathered that she gets blamed for it. So the last one is The Housewife by Natalie Barelli, and this is a new release. This wears off from the Threadwife influencers. This is more of like a little simple Threadwife, and this is about a woman who marries a very rich guy, but he has a deceased wife, and there's some mystery going on. It seems like maybe he killed her. What happened? We'll find out. Anyway, so this is the Threadwife project, and afterwards we're going to be returning to our regularly scheduled programming. And let me know, which book are you picking out, or are you following my schedule? That would be fun. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys, so this is a summary of my Threadwife reading project, and so let's get into it. So it was very interesting. So I read 6 books for this project, from the OG Stepford Wives to the recently released Yesteryear. And it was very interesting because none of these books thought that becoming a Threadwife was actually an answer to the problems of modern femininity and feminism. But in each case, this was kind of a trap that women get sucked into, either by their religion, their families, their husbands, or just circumstances. So they becoming a Threadwife is never a solution to their problems, and it's never an alternative to, going to work and also maintaining a family, which is hard, but it could be easier if men took their share of the work in the domestic settings. And in fact, they should probably do more, because we're the ones who have to, carry the babies. And I've only carried one, and let me tell you guys, this was hard work. I was also 40, so. Anyway, I'm not married, so I actually don't have a beef in this game. I am working, though, and I'm a single mom. And I'm also an atheist, so I'm not religious. So I'm totally on the outskirts of this issue. And I'm also not, American, because all of these books, they all take place in the US. None of them take place anywhere else. And I don't think that the tradwife phenomenon is exclusively American, but I think probably some aspects of it are very American, like the religion. It because the rest of the world is generally not so religious, or at least not so Christian. Also because of the dichotomy that while on paper women do have equality and all these opportunities, in reality they don't, and also some of these opportunities, some of these rights are getting rolled back in the US. Well, if you take a place like some countries in the Middle East, in most they haven't had much rights for years or decades. And also being a Muslim and being a Christian, well, to me, they're both similar because they're both monotheistic religions and they always come from the same stem. It's very different experience. So, and also part of the tradwife phenomenon in all of these cases was money. There was, I think the poorest people were the ones in Tradwife, a novel, so the horror one. But even there, they like bought a house like this. So none of these people were poor. And yeah, they were pretty much a lot better off than I've ever seen anyone being, especially me. Also, let's get into it. So the Stepford Wives was actually, I think, a very good start for this project because that book is kind of prophetic because this was written in the 70s at kind of the heyday of feminism. And when women were really fighting for their rights, the right for abortion, the right for equal pay, and they were being very loud about it. I think they should be more loud about things right now, but that's not my realm. And especially with everything that's going on in the US, but that's their business. And so it was also kind of prophetic because it foresaw the great pushback against feminism. And actually, the 2004 movie even, you could say that it even increased the prophecy level of this book by kind of changing the main antagonist of the story. And showing that actually the greatest pushback could come from women. And that is something that we see from conservative women. Like some women are saying, oh, we don't need a vote. Yeah, well, there were, out of the 6 books, 4 were about influencers and influencing. And those were Yesteryear, Tradwife, a novel, The Tradwife, and Everyone is Lying to You. So they all agreed that being a tradwife influencer is not a good thing. And they were always a form of like trying to coerce other women into this lifestyle through making it look pretty and aesthetic and calm and all of that, which can be nice from the rat race that we live in. But it's then they always show the actual thing behind the camera, what goes on, that it's not like that at all. Also, another thing that was interesting about the influencer aspect is that they always separated the influencer from the actual woman who was present when the camera is turned off. So in Yesteryear, we see this like she's the perfect. She even talks about herself like there's this Natalie person who's in front of the camera, but there's a Natalie, another Natalie when she's not in front of a camera. And I think that also probably plays into how her psyche he is kind of going downhill in the story. And also, we see this deception in Treadwife, a novel, where she presents this perfect looking little baby girl and it's a demon child. And also in a Treadwife, we see this perfect family and we find out that it's a cult. And also in the last influencer book, Everyone is Lying to You, it's in the title, Everyone is Lying to You. So there's even like a whole separate like fake house that they have just for the cameras because they're that rich. So yeah, it's all lies. Don't believe anything on social media, except for me. I'm an open book. I have ADHD. I can't lie. I'm terrible at it. So yeah, and also I have no reason to lie. You get what you see. Okay, I do have a little bit of a filter on, but that's because you don't want to be subject to my pale face. It gives a little blush. And of course, there was the last book, The Housewife, which is a total departure from the Treadwife influencers, which again, this performance of domesticity is just that, a performance, though she's not performing for the camera, she's performing to her husband and to his friends. And that's the source of deception. So, yeah. Apparently, everyone is lying to you. Could have been like the theme of this project, and I really enjoy these 6 books. Like the one that I didn't like, the one that I liked the least was A Treadwife, but that's just because the protagonist was like, I didn't really like her much. She was Melissa, I think. She was really not kind of a useless person. She wasn't great. No, I wasn't fond of her. Even Jodie in The Housewife, who I wasn't fond of, but I kind of was intrigued by her, let's say that. The best book in this project was probably The Stepford Wives. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty short too. And it was very interesting. Of course, I knew the twist because who doesn't know that by this point? But yeah, it was still an interesting read. For me, it was actually kind of a twist because I only saw the 2004 version, so I never actually saw the 1973, I think, version, which is much truer to the book. So the ending was actually kind of a surprise because in 2004 they changed the ending. So I enjoyed that. And also I really like Yesteryear. I know some people really like it, some people don't like it. I liked it, but I think I had a different read on it than a lot of people because I saw it not as someone who is like a lot of people didn't like Natalie, but I saw Natalie as kind of a victim to her circumstances and to her upbringing. And I think she could have been a very different person and a much better person had she had the actual freedom to be herself and wasn't put into this little box that she couldn't get out of. And I suppose probably a lot of people don't like her because of the thing with the kids and what goes on with the kids and what actually happens. I'm trying not to spoil it here. So, the big reveal. But I think she was kind of a victim there too, because I think sometimes when people are faced with everything, like I said before, it's the sum cost fallacy. So when you're faced with everything potentially crumbling around you, everything that you worked for, everything you built, then you find yourself doubling down on stuff. And I don't think Natalie at that point was like mentally sound. So, and I think that's also why at the end of the book, she's almost in kind of like this daze where she's like coming to terms with everything that has happened throughout her life. And yeah, so I felt actually kind of sorry for her. And I think that was also about how putting people in boxes and not allowing them to have space to actually explore themselves, how that actually kind of kills their soul. I'm not religious, but you know, like your inner being, your deepest truest self. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I hope I didn't bore you with this ridiculously long video. And actually, I started the YouTube, so sooner or later, I'm going to get to uploading my backlog, and I'm going to make one big long TradWife project video, so you can also watch me there. And thanks for watching, and let me know if you got this far. Which book out of the 6 would you want to read? Have you read any? What did you think? So thanks for watching. Bye.